Hey everyone, on today's video we're going to be talking about how to tune your ukulele. I know a lot of you have ukuleles at home, and often when we're in a classroom together I will tune your ukuleles for you, but in these unprecedented times you're going to have to learn how to tune your ukulele on your own. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need, obviously, a ukulele. Then you're going to need some sort of a tuner. You can either have a clip-on tuner if you've already bought one. The other thing you could do is you can download a tuning app. There's a lot of free ones available. You can play around with ones that look good or are easier to read. The one I'm using today is just called Ukulele Tuner, and it's a Google Play Store app. Okay, the next piece of information is really important. There are actually two tunings that are used for ukuleles. The first one is called G tuning, and it's the more common kind of tuning for a ukulele. That's the type of tuning that most people tune their ukuleles in. In our classrooms, we don't actually use the most common ukulele tuning, and that's why I had to make my own video, because I couldn't find any good videos on tuning your ukulele in alternate tuning. So we actually tune our ukuleles in A tuning, or D tuning as it's sometimes called. It can be either high A, which is what I'm going to do today, or low A tuning, which is what we sometimes use on some of the ukuleles at school. The reason why we use this alternate tuning in my classroom is because, first of all, it's a little bit higher, so your singing voice is a little bit higher and sounds a bit nicer as a kid. And secondly, because it kind of emulates a little more closely what some of the chord shapes look like on guitar. So for example, in normal tuning, this would be a C chord on the ukulele, but in the tuning we're using, A tuning or D tuning as it's sometimes called, this is a C on ukulele. It looks more like a C on a guitar. And as we want to transfer you guys into playing guitars as you get older, we want to try to do some things that make the ukulele feel a little more like the way you play guitar. Enough about that, let's get to tuning. Our first note is going to be A, our second note is going to be D, our third note is going to be F sharp, and then we have a B. So we're going to start with our A. The first thing we want to do is we want to pluck the A string. Now you can tell my A string is completely in tune. How can you tell that? Because when I play it, my tuner goes green. Check it out. Pretty impressive. If my A was not in tune, and now I'm going to deliberately make my ukulele out of tune, okay, I would play it, and it would say that it's a G. It's closer to a G there. You can check it out again. See that? It says G sharp. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start moving the ukulele tuning pegs. We're going to start moving them. And you can see as I moved it, the tuner inched closer to an A. It looks exactly the same same way on one of these tuners. And if it's accurate, it should be right in the middle. Let's do the next string on a tuner. So our next string is D. And you can see that it's red on both my tuner and on my app. And it's not close to a D yet. So we're going to move it up. There, now it looks pretty close to perfect. Let's do the next one. The next one's F sharp. This one's also a little bit wrong. And now it's green. Our last note is B. Great. Now on our guitar tuner, you probably noticed that when I played B, it's still sometimes a little bit sharp or a little bit flat, but sometimes it kind of moves a little bit. And you know, if it's really close, it's probably going to be good enough to play. You want to try to get it as close as you can, but sometimes, depending on how you strum that note, it might be a tiny bit out, and that's okay. Once I think my ukulele's in tune, I usually check it out and see if it really is in tune by playing a few chords. I play a D and I play a G and just see if they sound right. And in this case, they do sound pretty good. So that means I can get started playing. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you have a fun time playing your instruments at home.